Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616. Now I don't make enough videos about Doctor Who. I absolutely love the show with all my heart, and yet there's only 3 videos in the Doctor Who playlist. And one of them isn't even directly about Doctor Who. Of course, Season 10's coming out, so that'll change soon, but today I really just felt like talking about Doctor Who again. It's just so fun. Arguably one of the best things about Doctor Who is the monsters. The Doctor has faced hundreds of monsters, ranging from the wacky to the downright scary. So today I wanted to go over 10 of my favorites from the new series, both weird and scary. So without further ado, let's get started. Honorable mention, the Master / Missy. This is in the honorable mention just because I'm not sure this guy counts as a monster technically, but if you're talking Doctor Who villains, he's got to be on the list somewhere. The Master is one of the Doctor's greatest and longest standing villains, first appearing in the old series. Now I've only seen 2 versions of the Master, John Sims and then Michelle Gomez's Missy. Personally, my favorite of the 2 is Missy. She's just so awesome, and I really want to see more of her in the future, but John Sims was really great as well. The Master, or Missy, is arguably one of the Doctor's greatest enemies, which is why he's here. (10) Davros. Davros is the creator of the Daleks. That alone would put him on this list, but he's also just a great villain. His latest appearance was in Season 9 in 2015, in the episodes The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar, but he was also in one of my favorite Doctor Who 2-parters, The Stolen Earth and Journey's End. This guy is not just awesome looking, he's menacing too, which is why he has the number 10 spot on this list. Number 9, The Great Intelligence. The Great Intelligence is also a villain who appeared in the old show, but he returned to the new one. The Great Intelligence isn't actually a physical being, but rather an interdimensional being who seeks out physical hosts. He was most recently in The Snowmen, The Bells of St. John, and The Name of the Doctor, and he was just awesome. Honestly, I love the idea of this kind of villain, one that you can't just punch or disintegrate, not that the Doctor would do that anyway. But it still makes him a unique and memorable challenge. (8) Gas Mask Zombies. Who doesn't love these guys? Not only were they in my personal favorite episodes of Season 1, The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances, and not only are they the first New Who originals on this list, but they're just awesome. I'm pretty sure I'll never forget these guys. That's how memorable they are. (7) Zygon. This, I'd say, is the first really wacky monster on this list. The Zygons are giant, pink, rubbery monsters with suckers who can shapeshift into anyone and everyone. And I think that last bit is why I love them so much. I love the idea of not knowing who is who and who you can trust. And not only that, they've been in some pretty great episodes. My first encounter with them was The Day of the Doctor, which is actually my personal favorite Doctor Who episode. But they were also in Season 9 in the 2-parter The Zygon Invasion and The Zygon Inversion. Bottom line is, while they may look silly, they still managed to be one of my favorite Doctor Who villains. (6) The Silence. These guys are so cool. They basically took a similar idea to the Weeping Angels, more on them in a bit, and changed it up. Now instead of they can only move when you look away, it's that as soon as you look away, you forget they were ever there. This is a really neat idea, and it makes them pretty tough to fight. It also makes for some incredibly memorable scenes, like how the Doctor would write tally marks on himself to remind him they were there and how many there were. And there was this awesome scene I remember where he's just suddenly covered in tally marks, and then he looks up and there's hundreds of them hanging from the ceiling like bats, out of nowhere. It's just an awesome scene. 5. The Centaurans. They basically look like potatoes in purple costumes, but yet I still love them. They're basically obsessed with war and want to be involved in any war they can get their hands on. Pretty memorable and awesome episodes. 4. Autons. A big reason why these guys are here is because they were actually my first Doctor Who monster, from the first episode of Season 1. But from what I hear, they're actually some of the most iconic Doctor Who monsters ever. And it's such a simple yet awesome concept. Mannequins are honestly pretty creepy sometimes, so the idea of them coming alive and killing everyone was a pretty neat, if simple, idea. 3. Cybermen. I love the Cybermen. Not only do I love the design of them, but I love pretty much everything about them. They've been some of the biggest pains for the Doctor, and they've also been in some of Doctor Who's best episodes, which is why they're on this list. 2. Daleks. Daleks are some of the Doctor's most frequent enemies. They are machines of just pure hate, and not only that, they are some of the earliest Doctor Who villains too. They first appeared in the second episode of the very first season of Doctor Who, way back in 1963, so it was inevitable they'd be here. But now, for the number 1 Doctor Who monster of all time. 1. Weeping Angel. The Weeping Angels are my favorite Doctor Who villains. They're fairly new creations, first appearing in Blink in Season 2 of the modern Doctor Who series, but they've since gone on to become one of Doctor Who's most iconic villains, and also one of the scariest. The idea is that these are living statues would be boring on its own, but they added the fact that they can only move when you're not looking. This means that every time you move away or even blink, they move closer and closer. This happened to make that episode the scariest of the new series and quite possibly the scariest Doctor Who episode ever. And it's because of that they're here. They aren't just memorable, they're actually scary. This is why they are my favorite Doctor Who monster. But let me know what your favorites are in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and I'll see you all next time.